Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to update my expense tracker for the second week of December. Right now we are starting with my Chase credit card expense tracker. I have it written right here at the top. As you can see, let me just fix my page. Alrighty, so this is my expense tracker. I need to do some highlighting, and I am going to pull out my banking app so I can see all the charges on my credit card. The great thing about this app is that I have all three accounts on it. I have my checking, my second checking, and my credit card on it. So as you can see, I did a few charges on it. I have my Amazon personal. It was $5.58. That was some batteries for my watches. I have $28.25. It was the products that I bought for my YouTube. I needed a battery for my camera, and $70.64. I can't remember right now what it was. It was some more personal items. So I am going through the charges. I am going to speed up this process because it's just me writing out on my expense trackers. I'll do a voiceover so I could add little comments on what these charges are and explaining it a little bit. I wrote Applebee's is eating out, but I used my personal money to eat out. So we used up our kind of like our eating out money for that week, and I still wanted to go and have something, so I used my personal money. I did some more Christmas shopping, went to Walmart. I can't remember what I bought. Oh, my husband bought a game for my brother-in-law, his brother. He got him a PS5 FIFA game. My brother-in-law doesn't have a PS5 yet, but he wants one. He keeps searching for one, so my husband bought him a game that eventually he'll use. I went to Hobby Lobby to get a last-minute white elephant gift for my company's white elephant party. I know, weird during COVID, but you know, I hand sanitized after. I wasn't going to participate, but then I'm payroll slash HR, and we had a new payroll clerk, so to kind of like boost morale, and so she felt more comfortable, I said I'll go with her, and she could start meeting the other team members. So I went and got a gift during my lunch the day before. I got a glass tea kettle, and I put that towards Christmas money, but I used I used cash. But the other Hobby Lobby purchase that I made, I bought some chocolates. But I bought some paint brushes, which I'm going to return because it wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. I thought those little mini paintbrushes were more like a plastic ball on top so I could use for nail polish, but it wasn't what I thought. So when I got home, I was really looking at the packaging, and I decided I'm going to return it. When the refund does hit, I'm going to put it on this expense tracker on the next video. To jump cut because I realized that I brought my phone a little too close into the screen and you could see my account, so that's why there's a little jump right here. So this is my emergency slash like checking account. I need to update it. There's some transactions my husband accidentally used this account for the Christmas money, so I am updating the sheet, and I might have to do a deposit to cover that expense. I might call it a wash. I need to check after this to kind of see how we're gonna move this money around. I have a cash envelope just for the Christmas money. For everything else, we are going cashless. And this is why, the main reason why I like going cashless, my husband and I like just using the cashless trackers, is that we both have access to the money. We're pretty good about remaining within the budget for that category as long as we're tracking it in the little expense trackers, the individual ones. My husband keeps his in the car, and I really prefer that over using cash envelopes. So we're not one person's not obligated to do all the shopping. It's like one person can go to the store real quick and pick up something or do the grocery shopping, and I don't have to worry about, or my husband doesn't have to worry about either one of us leaving the cash envelope for the other person. So one of the reasons why we're going cashless, and we'll probably stick to it for 2021. So this is my husband's credit card tracker. Like I said, he's keeping track. He uses his credit card, and then we pay it off. So he used up all his personal money. He found some weights when he went to Big Five, some gym weights, and that's under personal. I also have an ally account, but we don't really have to update anything right now. We didn't really do anything. So now we're going to go into the budget by paycheck mini workbook and update this week's categories, the actual amounts on this workbook. First, I'm going to update the regular checking trackers that we did on the checking account. I put that directly in the workbook expense tracker. Instead of doing printouts like I have for my credit card, I have for my husband's trackers, I use the expense trackers within the workbook, and I use it just for our checking account. So going through this fast pace and just going to do a voiceover explaining the transactions. So I did a transfer from this regular checking account to my ally account because we have our 6 months car insurance payment for my husband's car due in January. So that's coming up real quick, and that we have to save up for it. It's a big amount. I think total is like about $600. So I'm saving it a little bit per paycheck. And then my husband had to order a college transcript so we could get a discount on our cell phone bill. So that cell phone bill is supposed to drop currently from $140 to $125 for 2 lines, unlimited data, talk, and text. So that's really good. It also comes with this Verizon, so we have Disney Plus and Hulu for free in that plan for 1 year. So honestly, that's a great deal. One of the main reasons why we switched over was because it's so much better signal. My husband and I, we really thought it was just in our work areas where we didn't have signal, and then once we switched over, we actually receive the text now. My husband, for many years, he would tell me, "Oh, this area in town is just a dead spot," and yeah, it was a dead spot for the old provider because now we don't have any more dead spots. And then I did a student loan payment for $300 on that paycheck on the 11th. We ate out and we got sushi on the 16th. I think we both got out really late for work, and even though we planned for our dinners, just we weren't going to be home in time to make that dinner, or it was just going to be a little too late, so we decided to eat out. My husband gets paid on every 2 weeks, every 2 Thursdays, so his income is there. We went to Starbucks and it was my husband's treat, so that's why it's under personal, not eating out. And my coworkers and I had lunch, and they quick paid me for the meal. I get paid on the 18th every Friday. So I'm just gonna have to look up how much I'm gonna get on that paycheck. I believe I couldn't find it quickly, so I'm just going to highlight the categories I have written down so far. I do like these midliners. I just feel like these colors are a little too pale. I would like to get some Sharpie highlighters. I have a pack at work, so I do enjoy how rich and bold the Sharpie highlighters are. But I have these for now and I want to use them before I'm buying different supplies. I went through all my school supplies that I have since like high school and I purged a lot of them. I had pens that I just couldn't part with, but they were out of ink. So finally, when I went through it, I think last week, I decided just to toss them. Had a lot of kind of, you know, those pens that you get for free when you go stop by at a booth. I had a lot of those free pens, and just some are good, surprisingly, but I think I kept one and the rest I chucked. So I noticed that my numbers were not matching. I'm going through and making sure that I accounted for every transaction in my banking app. And it took me a while. So I'm going to jump cut because I had to go and calculate and recheck every single line in it. And so we'll come back when I'm ready for the next step. We're going to update the actual amount on my expense trackers for those categories. Okay, so we're back. I think my numbers are updated. These are the cashless expense trackers per category that I have. They're from the Budget Mom. I made them into this little binder, little notebook, and right here we write down what we have budgeted for that category for car, gas, and I'm going through my expense trackers just to make sure I actually wrote them down on the cashless expense tracker. So there's a difference. There's the big sheet expense trackers, and then there's like these little mini cashless ones that I carry around with me in my purse and my husband keeps in his car, and we update these as we complete the transactions. There are times that we are kind of like trying to rush, and I just stick the receipt in my purse, and as my husband's driving, I'll pull the receipt and update the cashless tracker. Sometimes I wait till I'm home and then I kind of forget. So I'm updating and making and going through the big expense tracker since I updated those when I first sat down, as you guys saw earlier. I'm just gonna make sure that they're on the cashless trackers. This, we could see the true amount that we have left for that category. So let's, like, we went to the market, we had $50 budgeted left, but we only spent $40. At the end, we have about $10. Thank you for watching. We're actually going to cut it off right here because the video is running a little long. I'm going to split this and do a part 2 and to do my actual spending amounts update on the budget by paycheck workbook. So if you want to watch that, I will upload that second video shortly after this one.